So this build mainly focuses around Shiva of the East, his equipment. I try to stay lower accurate. The only appreciation, the only difference I made is choosing the fabric to boost our stats a little bit. Otherwise, it's pretty simple like Shiva. You got the Eastern Helm, Eastern Armor, Eastern Gauntlets, Eastern Leggings, then you got the Iron Round Shield and the Murakumo. These two, the shield and the weapon, you actually have to drop from Shiva himself. You have to kill him either in Darkroot Forest or in Blighttown. So progression for this build is pretty normal. You get the Eastern set pretty early in Darkroot Forest after you bought the Artorias crest, and then you go into Darkroot Forest, you keep to the right side, and then there's a cliff where you can see pretty early the glowing item. What I like to do for the shield and for the weapon, I join the Forest Hunters in Darkroot Forest, speak to the cat, and then I progress until Blighttown, right before Quelaag, meet Shiva in Blighttown, and then the only thing we are going to buy from him is Eastwood Grain Ring. And then after I bought that ring from him, I'm killing him for the Shiva, Murakumo weapon, and the shield. Stats is pretty normal. You got around 30 vitality, nearly 40 endurance, 28 strength, 40 dexterity, just enough strength so we can one-hand the Murakumo, full on dexterity. So for the progression of this build, like every other weapon, or like most weapons in Dark Souls, this weapon is actually not really good or pretty mid until you get it upgraded to plus 14, until it gets an A in dexterity scaling, and then it really takes off. Then again, if you're entering New Game Plus, it feels okay, but not extremely strong. You can change up this build, so you have place for a magic buff or a fate buff. That would absolutely be very good for the weapon, bring you a lot more DPS if you want that. So, because I'm going like what would Shiva have in the game, I'm not going for a fate, or I'm not going for intelligence, I'm not going for any buff. You could also infuse the weapon. You could go for an Marakuma fast roll build, but you need Heaven's Ring, you need Ring of Favor, and you need to sacrifice a lot of points in endurance. For this build you need 50 endurance, and at this point you could do a min-max build with that, but I think it's really not worth it. You can do better if you want to do it. A Katana build with it, you choose the Yuji Katana. You need around 33 endurance, and compared to nearly 50 endurance, that sounds much better, sounds much more doable. Maybe if you want to go to level 125, you can sacrifice 50 points in endurance. But for my setup, it's really the best, or for my build, it's really the best, I think, to just stick with the mid-roll. If you want to keep the fast roll, if you want to stick to the fast roll, I think, or my recommendation would be to choose one of the katanas, maybe even the washing pole. But for a fast roll build, I think the katanas work best.